I haven't done this yet on the bike. I am going to work on the rear drive, and you can see all my bikes currently have some oil in the rear drive, including my scooter. This is the rear drive on my Yamaha Tenere. You can see it's a lot bulkier, a lot bigger, and it's quite a phenomenal rear drive. This is a shaft drive, and of course the VT500 also has a shaft drive. This system is a lot simpler, and we're going to use, in the instructions it calls for 90 if you're riding above a certain temperature, 40 degrees, and if it's below, I believe, 41 degrees, use SE80. So what I'm going to put is SE80 weight to 90, and that should work out. So this is your drain right here, and this is your fill. Should be a pretty simple change, and since I took it out for a spin, it should be still kind of warm. I have my pan here, which is basically a bottle I cut, and not a lot of oil is going to come out. This top bolt, which is the fill, is a 17 millimeter. Ooh, that made a lot of noise. Made a lot of noise when I removed it. This one is a 10 millimeter. And here we go. Now it should, and here comes the oil. And it's actually pretty clean. Very clean oil. I'm actually surprised. This is super clean. And you can rotate the tire. Wow. Yeah, it's pretty darn clean. 15 to 20,000 miles. You have to change the chain. But on these shaft-driven bikes, they do not require a lot other than just the routine maintenance of changing the oil. And it's a very simple system. I've had quite a few. I think what I like about the Ascot is that it's a, I guess you can say it's a budget bike. And in the 80s, I think it was still a budget bike. I'm not really sure. I believe it was like a commuter. But it came, look at this. It's kind of gross looking. It's kind of clogging this thing up. So at the time of the 80s, this was a commuter. So generally they don't spend a lot of money on them. So I'm surprised they put a shaft drive on a standard bike. But that's what they did in the 80s. They spent a lot more time engineering these things. So now with chains, sure, you get more power to the wheel, but I kind of don't mind losing a little power with this sort of system because it's just so much more easy to live with. You don't need to do this, but I just wanted to show you how light this bike is. Just by moving this, I can move it on the center stand and just try and drain more oil out. I could never do this on the Yamaha Super Tenere. That's how heavy these bikes have gotten. This really is a difference of 200 pounds. So the Tenere weighs 200 pounds more than this bike. Remember, 10 millimeter, and it's got a crush bolt. And just put it in there. You don't need to put it too tight. And it's coming out already. This thing does not use a lot of oil. Add a little bit more. And I think that's it. And you're pretty much set to go. This is the only thing you need to do. Doesn't use a lot of oil. Very maintenance free. When you have it all sorted out, there's not much you have to do for this. That's how you change the shaft drive oil on a VT500 or Honda Ascot. Kind of stuck here. The cops won't bother me.